I love you, dear.
Oh, well, that's nice. This thing's all steaming up. Here, oh dear. When is London Drug Station open till 10? Are they? I stopped there and asked about this thing. Oh, we're over here today, are we?
And,
Oh boy.
Bernie, if you have to stay at home alone here, this isn't safe.
Here, hang on.
You feel lightheaded and that. So, anyhow, he's feeling a little bit better now.
Really?
He spent last night
2.1 trillion
alone at home.
loose change.
Bernie,
Oh, what's up?
One of the first things they did, they went to one of the health organizations.
TIA, at least the symptoms that he displayed downloaded everybody. Feeling funny and the room, everything spinning. Everything, two cameras.
I got lots of cameras.
You what?
I got lots of cameras.
And they said now that they're monitoring Fitbit, they can tell when you're eating, when you're sleeping.
Oh, there's so much of this.
And you know what? So much of
No, you know.
that you're going to take it, there's going to be implications already with which insurance company where you can get a great doesn't fail.
I think it's I actually think there is
When they did the adjustment, I don't think
I wonder because
It to show weight loss, exercise, fitness,
there
that it
was
can
that
take
when you came on there.
premiums.
There was
Is
a
this
lot
thing
of
on?
Dave said that. So
Okay, good.
but I'm still drying it out because it steams.
It's what?
It steams. Yeah.
Steam?
It steams.
Condensation.
Both. Yeah. Said this place.
Condensation. That's what
Oh yeah, and then my
You
shutters,
dip
and then
that front in here
and then my
it'll take you
and then
to
my
sleep.
shutters. I mean, like the camera doesn't seem to do it. That one is really tricky. Like, did my shutters close? Are they closed? Yeah.
Well,
This one is a little heavier.
It doesn't,
That
does
one's
it?
really light.
Makes you think twice about going to that hot tub too, doesn't it?
might
Yeah, sure.
it'll be fluttering.
The reason it's there is it's in a moist area somewhere.
Just the cold seems to affect us. Like
Stress levels. Moisture to condense.
Well, stress will do it.
Stress will do it, but a lot of it is
so when we come in, well, you know, if you have it out in the rain, the next grade up is beautiful. It's an incredible little gift.
But over
it's
the
heavy.
years, the
See,
patrons
this is here.
the guys that went in. Is it? Oh,
birds.
sunrise.
Yeah. I'm also having some issues with these things, so
We'll stop at London Drugs. Come on. Anyway.
So what do you do with all those pictures?
then I told you last week.
Short memories, right? Short memories. I put them up on Facebook.
Facebook.
I put them on Facebook. I put them on Facebook. And this started, the story goes, because you know Ron Moore. You know Ron. Ron Moore.
Yes.
Okay. And the story I told last week, we were out, we were on Facebook. We were on Tim's page or my page. I don't know whose page. We were talking about bikes. You know, Facebook talk. And some woman that none of us knew came on and said, "You guys shouldn't be so personal." Which, I saw the frown, and you think, what? So I said, "Well, excuse me, like I don't even know who you are." And then there ended up this big argument, and Ron told her off, and it was lots of stuff. Anyway, and I ended up telling a spiritual sister of mine, a wonderful Ojibwe woman. She's gone now. And Lucy looked at me and she said, "You know what I'd do?" And I said, "What?" She said, "I would document everything and put everything up about your life." And I thought, oh, that sounds like fun. So I did it for about a week. And here's the thing, Al.
Licenses to be a secret forest, you know, sneak and peek.
Like shut-ins and
What do they call them guys?
elders that I knew that don't get out anymore. Stalkers.
No,
And then back
they're
in the spring,
employed
you know,
as
so it started to reconnect.
snoops,
So
Oh, yeah.
investigators.
I wanted to put a camera.
So I think
my
that is
buddy,
my way that I give back to.
He is an investigator.
There's another ally.
Duffel bag, not duffel bag, got a carrying case with a camera mounted in it to take him to do videoing.
He was.
He does domestic stuff. His husband
Now he's, you know, and he's getting like town.
doesn't believe
So
in
with his window to the world, there's like the computer, Facebook,
ICBC where
so I talked to.
Yeah, they're doing a case or something. Yeah.
Yeah, where were we? You guys go to the party.
I did that with this. We were sleeping. Well, there was a training. There was someplace or other that
where somebody says,
it's in that building, and I said, oh,
and
yeah.
the doc saying there's no reason why the guy's off work.
I hope that wasn't you like that.
I walk on the feet all day.
I tell you, I know a voice. Oh, there's that thing, yeah. Yeah, I can't hear. Okay.
See, that's the only reason I would get a phone is for the camera. Like this. That's the only reason. No,
Ski to hook underneath it.
I just got this wrap I could put on my belly.
No, you don't.
I hope you guys are watching.
In the summer, it goes away.
Wow, if you take that and it's on Zoom. What was it? Zero's right up here.
Hey, Tim, I hope you guys are going to be able to make it to Christmas. That's the tree across the river.
That's way out there, the branch. Yeah.
Next year.
Like it's
It's before the end of this year.
Christmas service.
You know, like the 24th.
Here. Okay, on the top now. At the church?
No, here.
What time?
This is your Zoom. Okay, so it's
Oh, now he's got to figure
look
it out.
back over here.
I can't get it. I can't get it to do what
No, I don't want
You
it.
don't want it?
Oh, it's just it kind of blurs out. I can usually read street signs if I have to. 4 blocks down the way.
You can have that. I don't need a balloon.
I don't have to. I'll have it in a
need to say
picture.
times.
Oh, no. I better do that too.
Well, you can have that.
There, you can have that. I've got the.
Thank you all very much.
Wait a minute.
4, 6 o'clock. You have options.
I have options.
Because there's so
Well,
much.
that'd be nice at 6.
Anyhow,
What are you doing on Christmas? You got kids coming?
Christmas? I'm hoping the kids
What are
are
you
going
doing?
to
You're looking up facts
stay the
again?
night. You know, like
Sometimes.
Oh,
they get up in the
Because when I was in the camera, I had to take a picture of the frame.
yeah.
But they'll probably go home and then come over for breakfast. And then, yeah, it's family, Christmas dinner,
That's the thing.
and stuff like that.
Oh, that's good.
You do the Christmas dinner thing?
Not per se, no.
No? Why not?
Well, we do some things on Christmas, but I don't cook a meal per se.
You don't?
Not just for 2 of us.
Well, you're taking and having compassion on the turkeys?
One's got a
What?
so that love propagated it.
Listen, those turkeys gave their lives to live.
Probably not
Safe
gladly.
safe ways and save on. Well, and you can't
They
just
were raised
walk
for a
past
purpose, Al.
What?
They were raised for a purpose.
I heard somebody say, you know, I don't know how those guys can go out there and hunt and kill. They should go to safe ways
and do it
get
there,
their
yeah.
meat. Oh.
So somebody else went out and hunted and killed for it.
Did you get the text through? That's brilliant.
At the auction. Okay. And so I paid 7. It started at 50, and another lady.
That one right there.
The one in the middle?
There's 3 of them.
There's sort of 3 or 4 or 5 of them, but the one, the middle one has straight up the middle.
But that's a good size, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I would, here. My binoculars. Seagulls don't nest in the house.
Oh, yeah. I'm right in front of it.
It's too important. It's too important. Are they ground nesters? Oh, you still got to
Seagulls.
Seagulls ground nesters? Get your phone out. We're going to Google it.
No, my phone doesn't do Google. Not hooked up to the internet.
On my phone, Google's, I'll take it, unplug it. Oh, it's at home.
Would you like to know what happened this week?
What? Where?
Oh my
At
God.
my house. And he just slept through all of it.
I got a tendency to do that.
Okay, so it's been a busy week, right? You know, like function and whatever and this and that. And we had the heavy rains. We were going to go through to Mission. We didn't. We ended up at Claiborne for tea. That night I wasn't feeling good. I told you, allergies. About 3 o'clock in the morning, my phone goes, and it's a cordless. I mean, landline, but it is cordless. It goes bleep. And I went, what? And I'm sort of coming to now. I'm in the forward part of the house, so I'm near to the street. In fact, I'm an older single woman, so I sleep on my couch. I have done it for years, right? Lots of us do. Next thing I know, there's this banging, and I'm thinking, oh my goodness, right? Like, I'm being broken into. No, this is enough to excite you because that phone went bleep. Good thing I'm techie and I have monitors. So I'm up and I'm staring at my monitors. There's lights and there's stuff, and I'm thinking, well, the only people this could be would be the cops with lights this much. No reds and blues. Banging. Of course, I'm not really quite dressed. We won't go there with what I look like, okay? So I'm trying to find a shirt, run out to the front porch, and I've got literally a SWAT team there. Oh, I hope your eyes are getting big, right? What's going on? Well, you called 911. No, I didn't. And it never occurred to me. Now, this is a good story because think about it. It wasn't until I said, no, I didn't. And Kevin's upstairs. Well, no, Kevin would be fine. Well, you know. And then I thought, Tim. Oh, I said, meet me out back. Out back. Well, while I'm coming through the garage, there's all these voices in the back in the alley, and I can hear Kevin yelling and screaming, and I can hear voices.
Who's Kevin?
Kevin's a guy on disability. He's got my upstairs.
Oh, I didn't know you had a guy.
Yeah. So I've known Kevin for years and years. Okay, a good guy. In fact, he's good to have around because, you know, like bikers is good. Kevin worked at the Empress for nearly 20 years doing the desk. I mean, you know, he's got a feel for street people. And so it's good he's there, and I do too. And he's yelling and hollering. I can hear more cops. I went upstairs. He lays in bed going, what?
Well, I've got an oxygen producer, and it's very loud, so I can't hear anything that's happening outside my room. Yeah. I had no clue this was going on. I was in a dense sleep.
So he's fine. So I go running downstairs, keeping in mind I am not dressed right. I have things like, you know, like my dad's old shirts is what I'm wearing at this point. That's about it. I'm out to the alley. There's Kevin's bike. There's all these lights going that way. He's still yelling. Apparently they drew their guns on him. Now you say, what was he doing out at that time of morning in the backyard? Kevin goes for coffee with, kind of like this, a bunch of old guys at McDonald's, off and on, that they have 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. Okay, so that's when they go for coffee. I don't know, because it's quiet. So he had been headed out to McDonald's. He had heard the phone go bleep when the cops arrived and had said, I guess, 911. And he said, but I live here. And they said, no. And they thought he was breaking in. So they chased him all the way. Talk about traumatized. Well, I told you he worked at the Empress. He shouldn't be traumatized, but he was traumatized. All the way in. I go barreling in on that side. I've got the SWAT team in upstairs where he is, and I'm going, it's okay, he lives here. Okay, now I know this sounds like a fun story. It was not really. Here's the thing. I've had for about 8 years, I've had issues with my landline. When it rains hard, the telephone pole acts up, copper. It has never called 911 before. And I'm going, but I didn't do it. I didn't do it. It wasn't until I checked the phone and I thought, well, this last call that came in, and I have got a dead line, like with static and all. So at that point I called TELUS and I wanted them to come out. It's turning into a long shaky dog story, isn't it? Wanted them to come out, and they said, no, we can't get there until next week. Next week? At this point, so when all that had wrapped up, there was a wonderful, the only smart cop out of the bunch, Asian, Chinese,
Here's your top.
down and was in the alley and half naked on it. We didn't call 911, and we just nodded. He said, that's what made me think to check the phone. He said, are you on a cordless? Is your phone okay? So go home and Google it. Your cordless dying batteries can call 911 because apparently what happens is it sends out a particular pulse that reads like 911 in some parts of the country. They have it back in Ontario a lot right now. And your phone lines, if they are frying down, can do the same thing. But it turned out that TELUS, after I spent look at the looks on their faces. They think I'm making this up, don't they?
No, because I got a phone that's going dead.
Well, 2 hours later, I was mad. I'm fighting with TELUS. I finally ended up with some wonderful young man who was probably in Mexico. He's a computer, internet tech. He says, I'm going to get you through to customer service. Because number one, it is not acceptable to say, unplug all your phones, because we do need the intercom for him, like health-wise, and for Kevin. And furthermore, I really don't want the cops showing up again. So I said, will you? So then that didn't happen. I called back. I called the RCMP. Talk about a fun day. I was hours with this. Called the RCMP, talked to report desk. He said the same thing. He said, he said, there's something wrong with the lines. Meaning you guys could arrive again. Well, if we get a call. Now, you wanted to think about terror? Like, oh my goodness.
There's a terrorist down.
So I got a police report, and TELUS did send a tech out. Here's the next punchline. It is not my pole. It is at the fire hall downtown. There's one of the big phone boxes. Somebody had eaten the daylights out of it. So it had been tampered with. And that's what I belongs. But anyway, that's
somebody kicked it around.
Somebody had
and it made some connection.
You got it. So then I called the RCMP back after I found that out that evening, and I said, and by the way, and we'll follow up on that report. And he said, really? I said, well, I'm assuming the technicians have secured it, but you might want to check it out. Thank you very much. So what day did I do this? Thursday? Oh my God.
Next time, have a pot of coffee on. Those guys, they'll show up regularly.
You probably don't want him showing up at 4 o'clock in the morning all the time.
I just, when we had drug houses on the street, and I actually did get to know everybody. I knew all the SWAT teams. And they would, you talk about these things, right? I said to the guys, because I was in on the things going to the city about the houses and
I'm going to say
stuff.
Merry Christmas to you.
Take care.
Guys, take care of
Oh, he's probably coming back.
He what?
He's probably coming back.
He's going up to say Merry Christmas.
Yeah. So they said to me, well, because here am I, and here are these houses. So the drug house, there was some really bad stuff going on. And they said, well, and I said, do you want to use my yard? So they did. So they would come in the back, and I had I don't know what truck it was. It was one of the trucks with a camper that I opened up in the front, and they could go into it and do surveillance.
They had a deal for me.
Yeah,
They were going to give me a raise in prices.
Well, no, we didn't. That was a few years back.
Check this out.
But I did. I knew all of
Called up
the
Telus and said, what's your best price?
And they've got a lot of good guys.
Called up Shaw and I said,
You're
I got
upstairs.
a quote from Telus. What's your
They
best
are.
price?
There's little bolsters, man, and I'm coming in half naked, right? He lives here, don't worry.
Well, what kind of quote? you get from TELUS? And I'm like, you know, I got a quote from TELUS, and I'm asking you, what's your best price?
I'm sure at Chiefs for a long time.
Hey, give me a price, and I said, no, I'm good. Apparently, he's had 2 operations on that knee.
Well, it does.
Start using a cane.
It does. TELUS is actually, now I've told you that for 8 years, about twice a year, I usually end up with this kind of system or thing, you know, losing the phone and everything goes sideways. And they have been pretty good about almost always getting somebody out right away. They've been really good about giving me a cut, you know, for like the next 6 months. Well, you know, how about we put you down to $10 a month fine? But I'll tell you, this last time made me mad when they said, no, we can't get there till next week. What, and the phone's calling 911? You guys are nuts. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
A couple of calls to 911. Next thing you know, they'll take and phone back and say, you okay? Because it's like that crying wolf. It's not because you're crying wolf.
That's the thing that got me, and I thought, that's why I called report desk too. And I said, you know, maybe I better follow this up. So when I called, and the guy on report desk didn't seem to think this was odd. I said, listen, you know, I'm talking, and I was talking to him on my old flip phone. I said, I'm talking to you on that. I said, here, do you want to, and I grabbed the phone and I said, listen. He says, oh my goodness. So the thing is yeah, they seem to think that was odd. RCMP do know that this can happen. I'll tell you, TELUS technicians don't know this can happen.
They know what's happening, they're just not going to address it. It costs money to run around and do stuff.
They're in a mode of collecting money only. $50. And I would imagine that this is adding up to millions when they do that to...
ICBC's doing that.
Oh no,
my insurance was up. Your insurance was $30 extra.
Oh, I see.
And there's been nothing. There's been nothing to bring that on. Like they're not, no accidents, no nothing. So.
Oh, their days are numbered when it comes to a corporation. Right now it's law, but somebody's going to pick up on this whole thing and say, let's have a referendum, and then there's going to be a political issue. The kids now, you know, the odd one is stepping forward and going, oh crap. Last year it was a couple of thousand for insurance for the year, no extra coverage. And this year it's going to be thousands more because
that's
they're
what
a
they're
new
doing
driver.
with the kids. Yeah, they're doing that.
It's going to renewals that the people with N were working for insurance. It should be around 5,000 kids. New driver is the word. So home life and the ICBC head guy talks about there's an adjustment or whatever, however wording he used. Well, he can use all that. They go, fancy dialogue he wants, but the real world is what's coming out of a kid's pocket.
They want to get back to private
19.
insurance.
1 year of license coming up, and he's thinking that there's going to be a 10%, because you're a good driver, 10%. No, it's going to be just about double the rate.
I need to move on, gentlemen and lady.
What time is it?
Big muscle. It says it's 1:10. I wasn't going to shake anybody's hand, but he started something.
There we go.
Is doing 130 in a 50 zone or not giving a rip about nothing. So it all sounds good. We're going to make everybody take, and in order to be covered, declare who's on it, or they're not covered. You know what? If somebody does take and let somebody drive,
It's going to happen
the owner
anyway.
gets dinged anyhow, because if there's an accident, the insurance covers, and then they won't cover it any longer for that person. That's just one out of the equation. The problem,
Big muscle.
so what the solution does is complicates
I wasn't going
it
to
for
shake
the person
anybody's
that's
hand,
going,
but he started something.
There we go.
yeah, I can't do it. Take my car, take and go pick something up for us. Like, as a senior, I ride motorcycle. Now all of our hands are tied. Who's covered? Only me. I'm not going to declare a bunch of people riding my bike if I'm unable. Who's going to ride it to a safe place?
It'll happen anyway.
All it's doing is taking the responsible people and placing such huge restrictions around us in our personal lives that 10 our hands are tied. You take
Well,
care
this is the
It's
thing.
difficult.
I recognize it. I mean, I have. See, ICBC, you could take a vehicle and say, I'm only driving. You know, they would do that, right? If you were a
He started something.
so it's a principle, and that no, literally I
Take care.
have, because the truck's like that. The truck, I am the only driver, and principal driver, and then with the rate collectors. And listen, if I got sick and we had it out, he's going to drive it. That's the way it is, but
Listen, you take and you go someplace, you go, I'm not feeling well.
yeah.
The guy beside you can drive. Now, under these new
You're not supposed to.
no,
Okay.
no,
Oh, he's going to
they're
Alberta.
not part of that. Primary residence. As a primary residence.
It's interesting stuff, isn't it?
There are
Yeah.
Alberta cars here. In fact, our CMA trailer
Is
registered in Alberta because it's CMA Canada's. It's not our
Yeah.
trailer. And do you know something else? Alberta does not insure trailers. It's towing vehicle that covers a trailer.
oh yeah, well things
You
are.
buy a plate for a trailer in Alberta, and it's covered
Well,
for
is it
life.
not back east is still the same? That it's the driver that gets the insurance. It's not the vehicle.
Yeah.
Where we would do it normally.
Here, the whole thing surrounding insurance was found, the foundation was a lie. The government said back in the day, we insure government in vehicles for $1 a year.
Yeah, right.
Lights and sim. Have you ever seen $1?
Well, right now that truck I own, and it's actually I guess I'm going to keep it. I have a '79. It's not the camper special. It's the towing special something.
says camper special on the tag on the tailgate.
But it's also got the towing special. Okay, so it's a 79 Ford, 350. It does.
Oh, it's a big one?
Oh, honey,
Nice.
It looks like the day it came off the lot. So I bought it from the father had passed away. They were a collector family I knew. And I was into these trucks and I bought it. And I had it on the road for, what, a year or so? Okay. And then I said, well, do I sell it? Well, I'll put it in the garage. It's like money in the bank. Well, here's the thing, Al. Nobody wanted to buy it through this year. I mean, they wanted to. I had a few calls from Alberta that said, well, we want to give you $5,000. And I went, what? This does. It looks like it rolled off. Whatever. I did my collectors. ICBC said, I got the note that came back from the collector dude guy, the adjuster, who said, wow. And it was Cherry Ford. I called there. I think his name's Scott. And he said to me, he says, well, I'll try and market it for you. He came over, he looked at it, he said, you don't let this go for under 14. You just don't. I mean, because it's all original. So here's the kicker. Right now, Al, that truck is costing me under $30 a month for insurance. I guess under $30. I guess I better keep it. It will pay for it, and I put some money into it when I was going to sell it. I say we. I decided to redo the tanks. One of the back tanks was starting to act up. So if you're going to do a tank, see, that's when I say whatever. I guess we'll do them both. I mean, Rick said to me over to Carly, if you were to see Kevin, if you're selling it, I said, oh, we got it in, just do them both. Because he does, he has a bicycle he rides. I put the extra money in, did the car work. And then he has a handy vehicle it's not street people. He's got more expensive stuff on his slicker he's supposed to take. Yeah, you know those hunting ones? No wonder the cops were drawing guns on him. So it was wet that night. You know, and so he rides his bike, goes to McDonald's, and and there's just all these guys, and I think there's 20 truckers. Like it's just under $30 a month. You know, it's like, man, I can afford that in the morning, which it might well be if it's, McDonald's would be people coming to shift and
driving it a little bit. It's easy going.
Well, it costs me gas. Well, actually, maybe it doesn't. In fact, it did pretty good that day. It actually did. It didn't do that much more than the van.
You cannot take and leave the fuel in there too long, or it does.
Oh, well, that's the new gas, yeah.
It does take and create a varnish. So every once in a while, you run the fuel through, like add a little bit of fresh fuel so that it stays, unless you're adding stabilizer.
I wish I could get, I don't have, I wish I could get the Rebel on road as collector, but it won't take. I should see if I could do that. I wish I had a bike I could put on. Because then you could afford it. See, that's like we do. I spend a fortune with ICBC. If you were to see Kevin, you would say, oh, street vehicle. Because he does, he has a bicycle, he rides. He can't drive anymore because, well, see, I've got the bike on right now. Well, actually, no, it's not street people. He's got more expensive stuff on with his slickers. Yeah, you know those hunting ones? No wonder the cops were drawing guns on him because it was wet that night. And so he rides his bike, goes to McDonald's, and there's just all these guys. And I think there's a couple of truckers that come in too. You know, it's like, it's that spot at that time of the morning, which it might well be if it's, McDonald's would be people coming on shift and 3, 4. So, I like that. That's good. This is shop is not there. Okay. Okay, come on, let's see if we can get in through this one. Fix that. Well, that's fine. Well, I thought we were going to see how much it is, and if you want, we can go over to Minter's. That's at not till 1 though, which might be pushing it with. They're going to demol this, whatever that means. I don't know what it means, but yeah. Go see. I'll go stand by a Christmas tree. Get some. Well, the camera is working better. The camera is working better. Oh, okay. It's a real sad little mall, isn't it? In many ways. Oh, look at this. Just hold still. Hold still. That's. I wonder if I can get it to shoot. Well, it'll probably do it with the camera better. There we go. That's cool. It's not even allowed. Well, no, I thought they'd opened. Maybe some of these places don't. I thought it was close to 11. I don't know if there's a cost. There is. Oh, this is the stuff that he's done. He brought in from the farm. The city refuses to let him do it there. They claim it's zoned for agricultural. Somebody complained out there. One of the neighbors. I mean, it's just. Oh, hold on. Let's hold still. I'm sure we can see each other on there. There we go. Okay, there we go.
Sunday, noon till 5.
What? Oh, well then we're not here yet. Well then we'll have to come back out. Okay? How's that? Well, we'll go to. Is it free?
I don't know.
Well then.
See that.
Well, let's go see. Hold on. You'll be $60 to get in. There. Yeah, it'll be 6.
Monday to Friday, 1 to 9.
Yeah. Well, then we can always come on. We can always.
Ken, Rick, you take care.
Well, we'll go home and you can go in.
I wasn't going to shake anybody's hand, but he started something.
Ah, there we go.
Yeah. Take care.
Well, probably. Okay, well, we're not going that away. Yeah, camera's working better. He put it back to he showed me how to do factory settings. So I don't know who's played with it, but I've had people taking pictures.
Yeah.
So, if all they have to do is start playing with dials, and that's the end of that.
Ken, Rick, you take care.
That steak muscle.
I thought you said my hand.
I wasn't going to shake anybody's hand, but he started something.
Ah, there we go.
Yeah. Take care.
10.
You want me to go on lock
You
the
take
down?
care.
Oh, okay.
Got big muscles.
So you want to shake my hand?
I wasn't going to shake anybody's hand, but he started something.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. Take care.
We'll see you guys.